I I don't know what I was doing, but all of a sudden I looked at my clock and it said 4:58 and I was thinking, "Oh my gosh, I need to be live in 2 minutes." So I was kind of scrambling around here to get the last few things in order that I need to do, and then so here we are. So I'm very, very sorry that I was probably a few minutes, not a few minutes, a few seconds late. And I don't like to do that. I like to be very prompt and very much on time. So hello, all of you, everyone, all of you, everyone. That doesn't even make sense. You can tell now I'm a little flustered, so I got chill. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm very excited to be here. I have some pretty cute projects for you, if I do say so myself. And yeah, and I was trying to think here this last 30 seconds or so before I hit the live button, if I have any fun stuff to share. I don't think I do. My son has been just doing his thing, just working and going to school. My husband's going to school. My daughter's going to school. I'm working. So I guess nothing to report is good. That means nothing bad is going on in my life. So that's good. Oh, you guys are talking about giving me a thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. And also, if you wouldn't mind, I think you can subscribe to my channel. I think the subscribe button is right down here when I have the camera facing this way. So if you wouldn't mind, that'd be awesome. And then be sure to hit that notification bell and click, all notifications. That way YouTube will alert you when I either live or post a new video. So that is awesome. All right, I need to get the app open here on my iPad so I can see the comments. I mean, I can see them come across my phone, but then they disappear fairly quickly, so I don't always get a chance to see them. Oh, hello, Tana. Nice to see you, Tana. We have Erica and Mary and Debbie and Irene and another Mary and Tisha and Cynthia and Bonnie and Lisa and just a ton of you guys on here. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, like I said, life's been pretty dull, which I guess is a good thing. My husband and I are still trying to find things to watch. We have started watching, this is kind of morbid, kind of not. We've been starting to watch things on YouTube like plane crashes. Now, not the ones, where everyone dies, because I don't like that, but they're the ones where, it's the saving thing. The pilots, save the plane and they bring it down. I mean, they might like kind of crash or something, but people don't die and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. We just watched this. I think it was on Netflix. It was a documentary about Boeing and their recent, and when I say recent, I mean the last few years, an issue that arose in some of their new 737 jets where something happened and the computer kind of took over and the pilots didn't have anything to do and a couple of the planes crashed. And so the documentary was about, kind of that it was a cover up from Boeing, and some of the people in Boeing knew what was going on and they didn't say anything and they didn't want to change the this and that because then they'd have to train the pilots and that would cost more money and blah, blah. So after we got done watching that, we were both like, wow, that was a really interesting documentary, even though, like I said, all the people died, which is not a good thing. But then we were kind of, I guess you would say, curious as to other plane crashes and things like that. So we've been kind of watching those, and YouTube has a lot of these documentary type shows on various plane crashes. And so, yeah, I don't know. We're kind of obsessed with that right now. What are you going to do? Okay. I guess I had something to share. It wasn't super exciting, but it was a little teeny little something. So if you're bored and you're looking for something to watch, check out YouTube and plane crashes. Okay, I'm just going to flip the camera right now because I don't have anything else to say that's with the camera this way. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see the comments up close. Somebody asked if we had a lot of snow. Not really. No, we had maybe 6 inches of snow. It's been bitterly cold. The past few days, it hasn't gotten really above 0 at all. And at night, it's been like 20 below. But, I work from home, so it's not like I have to get up in the morning and go out and start my car and go to work. I just get up in the morning and get dressed and walk into my office. So it's kind of nice. Somebody binge watched The Crown and called the midwife. I need to go back through here and I need a secretary. I need somebody to write down all these things you guys tell me when we're live, because after the live is over, can you watch the comments? I'll have to check that out. Unless somebody just wants to volunteer to be my secretary and write down any of the recommendations that you guys might come up with for me to watch. and then, send them to me in an email, barb@barbstamps.com. That'd be awesome. If somebody wants to take on the secretary role for me, since I don't have an assistant, I don't have somebody monitoring my comments. I don't have anybody, making my card kits. I don't have an assistant. It's just me. So that would be awesome. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera and then we will get stamping. So here we go. I have to do this crazy thing with the camera because of just the way things are situated in my office here. Oh, and this dumb phone never switches on me. It always stays in the mode where you can see the ceiling, which who wants to see the ceiling? It's just a boring ceiling with a light fixture on it. So, okay, and I wanted to see, sometimes, is this even? Yeah, it's close enough. All right. So, oh, here's my glasses. I guess I better put those on. There we have it. All right, so you guys may know that February 28th is the last day of Sale-a-bration. So that's coming up on Monday. Monday's the last day that you can either earn a free item for your $50 or $100 purchase. It's the last day you can earn the Calming Camellia stamp set for free if you have a $300 plus party or order. And it's the last day for you to join my team of demonstrators for the ridiculously low price of $99, which is, of course, is what it always is, but it is ridiculously low. And you also are going to get 2 additional free stamp sets of your choice out of either one of our catalogs. It must be a stamp set that you can buy with real money, not earn for free. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, 2 free stamp sets. That could be like another $60 value added on to, you're already getting $125 for the kit, and then add on another $60. I think you get a paper pumpkin kit in there. So now we're over $200 value, of what the stuff would cost list price, retail price, and you're going to pay only $99. There's no shipping on it. You only have to pay tax if you have tax in your state that you live in. So I would love to have you join my team. We have a fabulous time. We have team swaps, we have team meetings, we have challenges, we have lots of prizes. We have team training every week. We have, and that's optional. You don't have to do the team training if you don't want to, but we do learn lots of things. Last week, we talked about PicMonkey and how to, edit your photos, resize your photos. If any of you are sharing photos online, then you need to have them look nice, because what we always say is a not so great card with a fantastic photo is amazing. Even if you have an amazing card and your photo is not that great, it doesn't look that great. So anyways, we've got team training. You get a basic membership free to Stamp Happy Academy after you've placed your first order as a demonstrator. There's just so many reasons that you want to do this. So if you're already spending $100 anyway, you might as well sign up. You're going to get the discount through, let's see, it's stepping up discount through, I think it's at least July or August of this year after you sign up, even if you don't buy anything. You don't have to do parties. You don't have to do live events. You don't have to do anything if you don't want. If you just want to buy and stamp, that's all you have to do. That's it. Nobody cares. And there's no penalties if you decide you don't want to do it anymore. You just simply stop ordering and you just drop. And then you can go back to being an amazing customer of mine. So I always want to throw that out there, because especially right now, you've got like 4 more days to make up your mind and join my team, because I would love to have you. Okay. I am having a sale on some of my class kits. I have some extra class kits from some of my past classes, and I would like to get them out of my office. They do take up space, and so I would love to get rid of them. So I'm going to be offering a 25% discount on my class kits. There's a certain number of them if you buy 2 or more. So if you buy 2 of my class kits, you'll get a 25% discount, which is quite a significant discount. And then the shipping is a flat $5 no matter how many you buy. So the first thing I have is I have a few of our make and take kits left from our most recent catalog kickoff. So we've got that. I've got my iconic Sunny Sentiments. I have just a few, I think maybe 3 or 4, not too many. The Borders in Bloom, I think I have 5 of these. This was a fantastic class. This used the basic Borders dies and then the In Bloom stamp set with the pierced blooms dies. Cards are so cute, you guys. So I've got that one. I've got 1 or 2 artistically inked. I've got, I think, 3 of the Eden's Garden. And now I do have all of these listed on my blog, barbstamps.com. You can go to that. It is the first link in the description of this video if you want to see the little pictures of all of the classes that I do have for sale, that are on sale, I guess I should say. You can do that, and then you can send me an email and tell me which ones you want. I think I have 1 of these Bloom Where You're Planted classes left. I think I've got 3 Sweet as a Peach. I got a couple Christmas Season. I've got a couple Peaceful Deer. And I have a couple of these sweet little stockings, which are so cute. Oh, Lisa, you're so sweet. She says our team sounds amazing, and she's not wrong. It is amazing. I do have to say that. We do have a lot of fun. Okay. And then I do have some kits that are like my newest kits that are not included in the sale. So just be aware of that. And I did note that on my blog that, you know, certain kits are not included because they're like brand new classes. One of them is the Kite Delight class. And I actually think I only have 2 of these left, you guys. So if you're interested in getting this class, you might want to do that quickly because I only have 2 left. It's been a very popular class. The Hello Beautiful goes out tomorrow. So I do have some kits for this left. I'm going to prep those tonight, and they're going to go out tomorrow, along with any of the kits that you guys may purchase tonight at the discount. They're all those kits are ready to go, and I will be getting them out of here tomorrow. So if you pay tonight, you can get it out of here tomorrow. Okay, I always have adhesive kits, as you guys know. You can add them onto anything that I offer, or you can just purchase them by themselves. They come in these adorable, little rainbow pouches, multiple colors. You get 5 different adhesives: the seal, the glue dots, the liquid glue, the dimensionals, the tear and tape, the ruler, the adhesive eraser, and the sand eraser. So there you go. Oh, some of you guys are saying how lucky you would be to have me as a team leader. And you're right, because I'm so much fun, you guys. No, I'm just kidding. I am kind of fun, though. Also, Monday is the last day to register for the spring retreat at the early bird discount price of $149. After that, it goes up to $159. So Monday is the last day for that. And if you're watching me and you're not in the United States and you just want to participate virtually, because I cannot send a box outside the United States, you can do that. The links are in the description of this video. And that one I think is $60 until Monday or until Tuesday. Then it goes up to $70. So my tutorial library is up and running. I have a ton of tutorials in there, PDF tutorials. So yeah, be sure to check that out. It's on my blog, or you can just get to there with tinyurl.com/Barb's tutorial library. There you go. Someone's just saying something very nice to me. Oh, Wendy, you're so sweet. Where did I get the adhesive kit bag? I got it online. Then we have the All Together bundle. This is still going on through May 2nd, or maybe even a little longer than that. Please note that the 2 lightest sets of blends are now unavailable at the moment. They will be back because they're going to be in the new catalog, but they have sold out the supply that they had. They will be getting some more in, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So, but we are going to be using some of this black All Together paper, because I love it. I can't get enough of that black and white paper, you guys. And then a few things that are coming up next week with the change of month. The Waves of the Ocean collection is going to be coming out on March 1st, which is Tuesday. And this is amazing. If you guys haven't seen anything about this, I'm not going to spoil it just yet because I've got a really cute card I'm going to be doing a standalone video on probably this weekend. But these foil sheets, whoa. These 2 blues are just amazing. This is like Coastal Cabana. This is like kind of a Pacific-y Point Night of Navy foil. Beautiful. And then of course gems. Who doesn't love gems? I could have gems in every single color and still need more gems, honestly. Okay, so this is going to be available starting March 1st. Also starting March 1st, we are having the Savings Are in Bloom promotion, where we are offering 20% off numerous things, one of them being the mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. And then we have a collection of, I think it's a number of bundles. Some of the bundles are in the current catalog. Some of the bundles, like the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle, they're bringing it back to be sold as a bundle, meaning that you can purchase it at the 10% discount again when the sale starts on March 1st. So there's just a lot of this stuff. I'm going to have this information on my blog. It's just not there today since the sale isn't live today. All right, and finally, Stamp Happy Academy. You guys know my baby. Dina Kelly and I are just so excited to be doing Stamp Happy Academy. Every month we just talk about how much fun it is for us, and we just love it, and we know that it's fun for you guys too, because you tell us how much fun it is. So yeah, everybody should be in Stamp Happy Academy, and if you're not, you're just crazy, because it's amazing. And remember, if you're on my team, once you've placed your first order as a demonstrator, you get your basic membership for free, and then if you want to add the live, you can. And if you don't want to join my team or whatever, you can just get different memberships. And so Sonia is telling you guys that Stamp Happy Academy is amazing. Sonia's not wrong. You can go to stamphappyacademy.ding.com and get more information. That's where all the information is. stamphappyacademy.ning.com. Oops, I need that. Okay. So let me bring in, oh, these are the cards I did last week. Now I have to say, these are almost all the cards I did for you guys last week. I did this super cute cactus card. Now, the Cactus Cuties is going to be my class for the month of March, my class to go. This won't be one of the cards. This one, you've already seen it, so it's not one of the cards. But it's very cute, and you could make it just by watching my video from last week. We did this amazing card using the Daffodil Afternoon, or no, Daffodil Daydream, excuse me, stamp set. And then we did some masking and some blending brushing on there. And then the card that I made last week was a daisy. I mailed it out. I mailed it to someone. I can't even remember who. I was doing a mailing, and I sent some cards to some people, and I sent that out to somebody because I can't find it here. So obviously I've gotten rid of it. But this is the design of the card. It's so cute, using lots of DSP strips and then dies, and yeah, just a lot of fun. So if you're interested in seeing that card, check the video out from last week. It was amazing. Okay, now getting into what we're doing today, we're going to start with this. So as I mentioned, it is Sale-a-bration, and the Island Vibes stamp set is one of the stamp sets that you can get for free with a $50 order. So, what was I saying? Yes, $50 order. So, and I haven't really used it, but Stampin' Up! Sends us a weekly email as a demonstrator every week. We get an email, and then there's some samples in there also. And this stamp set was kind of spotlighted in that email this week, and one of the cards, I just fell in love with it. And so I just thought, I'm going to make some of those cards during my life. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the Island Vibe stamp set, and we're going to make some of these cards that I saw in an email that I got from Stampin' Up! So yay. Okay, so here are some pieces and parts of paper. I'm using the Simply Marvelous mostly for my envelope flap because I love doing that. And then a strip for the inside layer of the card. Okay. So then the outside of the card is, this is Gorgeous Grape. It's 8.5 by 5.5. I'm just going to fold it in half and burnish it with a bone folder. There we go. So we have that. Then I have, this is a little bit of an oversized piece, but when I'm done stamping it, I'm going to cut it down to 3 by 4 1/4. And then it's going to layer onto this, which is like 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. Okay, and this is Highland Heather. So to start out with, I'm going to be using my layer of white. And I'm going to be using this kind of leafy, kind of bordery, edgy piece. I'm sure that's not exactly what it would be called, but that's what I'm going for. Bordery, edgy piece. And I'm going to start out by inking it up in Gorgeous Grape. Okay. So we've got our Gorgeous Grape here. We're just going to tap, tap, tap and get this inked up. We're going to look at it to make sure we got the whole thing because it's a little bit longer, I think, than my ink pad. And I'm going to start by just stamping it at the bottom. Okay, so like so. So Cynthia is not sure what to do with it. Well, we'll just see if this works for you, Cynthia. So now I'm going to huff on this. So that just means I breathed on it. And I'm going to stamp it again. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I kind of want to get this edge so it's not quite so inky. Yes, I know it's all over my finger, but we're going to try to not have that get everywhere. Okay, so there we have that. So I'm going to breathe on it again. I'm going to run my finger along that edge again because I don't want a stark line. And I wonder if I have some of the practice pieces that I used earlier to show you what I'm talking about. I mean, you can kind of see it here, but it's not quite as bad. I'm huffing on it again. So I'm just huffing on it multiple times. And I'm going up the piece of paper here. Okay. And there's still ink on there. So I'm going to go one more time, I think. And I'm going to kind of rub that so it's not such a harsh line. And then we're going to go, do we want to go one more time? Yeah, we'll go one more time. Okay. It's good. Okay. So we've done that. I'm going to wipe my finger off on my chamois. It'll be stained purple, but it won't have ink that's going to transfer. Okay, so now I need to cut this. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer and I'm going to cut it. Like I told you, it's going to end up being 3 inches. So you can see to start out with, what is this? It's about 3.5. So I'm going to go with trying to cut off, about 1/4 of an inch-ish from each side. Okay. And then I'm going to cut another bit off of this side and make it so it's 3 inches wide. Okay. And then I do need to cut a little bit off the bottom because I didn't get it over the edge of the bottom. So there's like a little bit of a white line there and I don't like that. So did I make this too big? No, but it's going to be fine. I'm actually going to cut this. So it's not 4 1/4 anymore. It's 4 3/16. But it should still, so it'll still fit on here, but I do need to cut a little bit of this off. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. So since it's 4 1/8, we're going to bring it down and have it be like 4 1/16. Okay, so you can pretty much do it however you want. I just kind of wanted it to be about 3 by 4 1/4. So that's what it is now. And I started with a larger piece than was necessary because as you saw, sometimes you don't get these exactly even, or you get from side to side. I didn't get it all the way to the bottom. So if you make it a little bit bigger and then trim it to fit, you'll have a lot better luck instead of trying to start with your exact same piece of cardstock that you want and then trying to make it all work. At least that's my opinion. It works better for me. Okay, so then I have a sentiment here and it says, I don't remember. It's from the Slim Sayings stamp set. It says, "You really are fabulous." And I think as I was looking at this, I think there's some fuzz or something on here. So I'm gonna, when I feel like I have fuzz on a stamp, I like to just use a piece of regular tape and I just put it on there, and that way it'll get off any of the fuzz. So I'm gonna bring in a basic gray ink pad. I thought about using black, but black just seemed kind of harsh for what I wanted to do here. I thought it would be too harsh. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this kind of close to the edge. Hopefully it'll be even. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to close that ink. I'm going to close this ink. I'm going to put that aside, and then I'm going to bring in my card base. And I'm going to bring in some Highland Heather ink. And I'm going to bring in, where's my pineapple? My pineapple. And I'm going to use my pineapple to kind of make a bit of a background on this card. So I'm going to start by inking it up in the Highland Heather. I'm going to line this up so that my fold line is on one of the lines on my grid. And then I'm going to kind of put this in the middle. I don't want the entire pineapple on there. So I'm just going to try to stamp it so it's just a little bit. And then I'm going to push that up, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put like, so it's half of the pineapple. And then this, I'm just going to do at the top here and just use the pineapple, I guess the part that you eat. Like that. So we just now have a little bit of interest on the card, so it's not like a completely blank surface. And then I can add these 2 layers together. Oh goodness, where's my silicone mat? Ugh. My seal. Sometimes if your seal gets stalled, like sometimes when you pull your seal up, you'll like rip off a bunch of the adhesive that's supposed to still stay on there. And then you have a little bit of a struggle trying to get it started again. But if you run it on your silicone mat, it will start right up for you. Okay, I'm going to pull that over just a tad. Press that into place. All right. Oh gosh, my iPad is not keeping up. Okay. Oh, Lisa says she already loves this card. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, so now I also have, we have this beautiful, gorgeous grape ribbon, which is fantastic. So I am going to wrap it around something because you know me and wrapping around cardstock, I can't do it. So I always wrap my ribbons around something else. In this case, it's going to be this bottle of Stampin' Mist. And I'm going to tie it in a bow. And the crazy thing about bows that I have learned is that bows, for whatever reason, are better if you turn the bow upside down. Why is that the thing? I don't know. But it just seems like I get a better looking bow if I start it one direction and then turn it and then finish it the other direction. I don't understand it either. It's crazy to me. Okay, so then it's on the bottle. So now I'm just going to kind of manipulate it a little bit. That loop is a little too long. All right, whoops, no, we're going to do that again. So we have that, we're turning the bottle. I didn't like how that turned out. It was not making me a happy person. Okay. Try that. I think that should work. Okay, and then I'm just going to manipulate the loops, because obviously they're way too big. I don't need a loop that big on my front of my card. So I'm going to make that one a little smaller. And that one a little smaller. Okay, we're getting there. And then pull it tight. That should work. Okay, so let me bring in some paper snips here, trim off the ends, and see what we've got, if it's a decent enough bow. I think that it's going to work. Okay, so I want my bow to be about right here. So I'm going to try to cover up this line. You can see there was like a little bit of a harsh line there. So I'm going to put my bow right here, and I'm going to pull my loop over to that direction. And then I'm going to cut it so that there is enough of this loop to go to the back, and then there's still enough of the other side to go this way. Okay, so that's about where I want it. So I'm going to fold my ribbon to the back of the card, and I'm going to pull in a little bit of Scotch tape and add it. And then here we're going to do this same thing, pull that to the back, add some Scotch tape. Okay, so we have that. Now my tails are a little long. Whoops. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to add this to the front of the card. Of course, we should use some dimensionals, right? Because why wouldn't we want to use dimensionals? Or pop dots, or I actually had a customer who called them pop tarts. When I used to do live in-person classes, people would, this gal would always say, "Where's the pop tarts?" I just loved that. It was so funny. Okay, so we're going to get this on here like so. There we go. And then I thought we need some bling. So I have all my bling in this little box here, and I want just plain bling, but plain bling that I'm going to color. So I'm going to take this dark Highland Heather Stampin' Blend, and I'm just going to kind of run it around my gems here. So I mean, it's not going to make them super dark purple, but it's going to make them purple enough that they're not clear anymore. Okay, so we'll just do that a little bit, and now we have some purple gems. Oh, I just saw somebody say something. Does that? Yep, okay, we're good. All right, so let me bring in my take your pick tool, and I'm going to pull off one of them. I'm going to put right down here at the base of my sentiment. And then the other two, I'm just going to kind of put up here, like at the top of my sentiment. So we've got that. Okay, we can throw all these back into the little box. And then we're going to decorate the inside piece. And so here's my inside layer. And I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put it across the bottom. So in order to do that, what I want to do is bring in the third stamp in this set. And I'm going to ink this up, but I'm going to use my Stampin' Right markers on it. Whoops, there's some fuzz. So I'm going to use, this is my basic gray, and I'm just going to run this on the pot that's in this, on this stamp here. And then I'm going to bring in the Highland Heather, and I'm going to do the rest of this in Highland Heather. And you might notice that I'm using the side of my marker. I'm not using the tip or the point. And I'm doing that on purpose because I don't want to ruin my tip or the point, because then I won't be able to get in very small areas to do any coloring that I might need to do later on. So we're just going to run that across. Then you guys know how I love adding extra dimension to these types of stamps, these bolder stamps. So I have a sponge dauber in the Gorgeous Grape, and I'm just going to add a little bit to the kind of centers of these leaf images. I'm going to huff on this. And since my paper is going to be about 3/4 of an inch, I want my pot to still show. So I'm going to stamp it like that. And can you even tell? You can kind of tell. I mean, I can kind of tell. There's a little bit of variation in the color on there. It's not a ton, but there is a little bit. Okay, so now we can add this to the base because I am loving this purple marvelous paper. It's just amazing to me. All right, where's my scissors that are not for ribbon? Here we go. I think I mentioned this a few videos back. I'm kind of a freak about scissors, and I have multiple pairs of these scissors, and so I have them all noted with different colors of Sharpies and different shapes. So this one has a silver Sharpie asterisk. This means this one's for ribbon. This is a copper star. This means this is still a decent pair of scissors, and you can do some nice fussy cutting with this. This one has a gold star, and this pair has kind of been through the ringer, and it's not perfect, so it's for like fussy cutting quickly types of things. So just want to throw that out there. Maybe some of the rest of you have multiple pairs of scissors. I mean, who knows? But yeah, I just find it's necessary to have multiple pairs of scissors. All right, let us add this to the inside. And this is another tip that I have shared multiple times. When I put my inside layers in, I only pay attention to the top and the bottom and the outside edge. I don't care about the fold line. And so if you look really closely, you can see that I have a lot more area showing there. But when you open up the card, you don't even see that. You don't notice it. But if these were off, you might notice those. So that's what I do there. Let me burnish this down again because I did fold it back the other direction. So we have the card. Now we're going to do the envelope, because when you get stuff for free, you know, like this marvelous paper, I've gotten a few packs of it, you know, for some of the orders that I've placed over the past couple of months. And so I have been really enjoying using it on envelope flaps. So I cut it to 2.5 by 6, and then I use liquid glue, cover the flap. And then for this job, we could use the gold star, because we don't need it to be, you know, super precise, fancy, fussy cutting. We just need to trim this off. So we're just going to trim around it. If I can, there we go. And oops, I just cut some of the envelope. Yeah, nobody will ever know. Okay, so there it is. Now I have some other samples for you guys, because I knew you would want to see this in different colors. Okay, so here we have it in this beautiful, gorgeous grape. Here we have one in Bermuda Bay. How awesome is that? We've got, look where I got these rhinestones, are from that new collection. Let me grab it. They are, in fact, Bermuda Bay rhinestones, and they come out of the Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels. That'll be available next week, you guys, next Tuesday. Okay, and then I have one more. I did one in Blushing Bride. Oh, you'll notice that the border on this one is just the pineapple leaves, the top of the pineapple. And then this one here is just the top of that image that we put on the inside of our purple card. So I just did that in Blushing Bride all the way down. And then I used that Flirty Flamingo and gold ribbon on there, and then some polished dots. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I thought it was super fun. Like I said, I really haven't used the set. I've had it for a long time, and it just, I don't know, it didn't, I mean, I saw some really nice cards with it, don't get me wrong, but when I saw this card that Stampin' Up! Kind of sent out, I was like, oh yeah, that's the one I need to do. Because I also love making multiple cards for you guys, you know, using the same layout or something like that. I do enjoy doing that also. So I hope you guys find that helpful. And I used every one of the stamps in the set all on the same card. That doesn't always happen either. So, okay, let me clean up my mess a little bit here. Put my cards over here so I can bring them back in later to share them again. And now I'm going to get all my junk bits out of the way, and we will move on to our second project. Okay. Our second project is going to use the paper again, because why wouldn't I? Because it's amazing. But this time we are going to use it with the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set and set of dies. What did I do with them? Found them. So we're using the Sunflowers dies Where is the blue? Someone just asked me something. Come back here. Joanne says, Barb, where is the blue card sentiment from? Blue card sentiment. Oh, let me grab it back here again, Joanne. It comes from the Calming Camellia stamp set. You guys were wondering about that. Here it is. It says it's the little things that make life great, and that comes out of the Calming Camellia stamp set. There's a lot of really nice sentiment. I honestly never got around to using this stamp set, but I did use the sentiments in here. I really liked the sentiments. So yeah, that's where that came from. Okay, so this is one of the bundles that are being brought back as a bundle next week for the month of March for our whatever that promotion was called. Shared, oh gosh. Why is it, I can't remember. I just showed it to you. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Anywho, it's going to be 20% off. So it'll be bundled again at its normal 10% discount. And then it will be discounted again another 20%. Okay, so this starts March 1st. And so I wanted to use this bundle along with this paper because we can still get this paper. So you guys can still place orders right now and get this paper for free if you don't have it yet. Okay, so I need a piece of the, of course, why wouldn't we use the yellowish paper? We're doing a sunflower image. And I'm going to ink this up in soft suede. Okay. Soft suede. And then I just need to pick a spot on here that I think is going to look cool with this stamp. And I don't even know. It's all going to look cool, but we're just going to go right here. Okay. So we're going to press that down onto the paper, lift it up, and we have a gorgeous sunflower here. Now, then you would take that over to your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and you would cut it out. So I've already done that. I've done that, actually did that twice. So I have like, well, this one I kind of cut the edges off, so this one I wouldn't keep. But the new annual catalog will come out in May, Cynthia. So here are 3 different options now. This one I'm not going to use because I cut the edge off. But this one's already done, so we're just going to go with that, okay? So look how cool that looks. So then we are going to keep that stamp out here, and I'm going to bring in a little scrap of crumb cake, and I'm going to ink this up, and I just want the middle to be on the scrap, so we'll just stamp it so that we're sure that we're going to get the middle. There we go. And then we can trim that out. So I'm going to bring in the not so great scissors because my cutting does not have to be perfect at all on this. And so I'm just going to cut around here. I'm kind of cutting inside of the line because I've already stamped this on the patterned paper. So I already have a line there. So I can cut inside the line here, which does make the cutting a little bit easier, I think. So we'll just cut around. We don't want that leaf. There we go. Aha. Okay, so we have it done. Exactly, right? Julie says, only you know the edge was not cut all out. Oh, and you guys are talking about making bows. Yeah, that's just how I do it. It doesn't, you guys don't have to make your bows like me. That's just, I'm on the struggle bus as far as bows are concerned. So that's why I do that. Okay, so then I'm going to add this to the center of my flower. So then it actually kind of looks like a sunflower, a little bit more with the middle there. So let me add some glue. Whoops, what am I doing? It goes like this. And then I'm going to get that. Okay. Throw those bits in the trash. Oh, and I should show you, I did try to stamp this like in Bumblebee, or I think maybe it was Crushed Curry, Daffodil Delight, I don't remember, instead of the dark. And then you can see I was trying to color to see how that would work. But I felt like you could really get the detail of the flower doing it in a darker color. So I opted to not use this one and went for the darker one. But if you do like this look, then you should absolutely do that. Okay, so we have that done. Now what do I need? I also have some more Designer Series paper. This is our Neutrals collection. And I am going to get one of these patterns. What did I do with it? Oh, it's in here, the one I wanted to use. There's a couple patterns in these collections. So we have these in the neutrals, the subtles, the brights, and the regals. And you get these 2 patterns in every color. So these are two sides, and then you flip them over, and then you have these two sides. And so I really like the patterns this year that you get in these packages. So it's pretty hard for me to decide what I want to do. But I do think I liked this one here for this particular project the best. So I'm going to go with that. And, oh, I need to do a little more stamping. I also need to do some stamping on this piece of the paper. So this is kind of the pool party, to me, mint macaron, just jade-y color. And so I'm going to do my leaves on this. So I'm going to use just jade ink, and then I'm going to stamp them on here. So I would do a couple. Oops, that stamped image did not come out so great. So there we have it. And then of course there's a die for the leaves. So then I would crop those out again. So now we have some fun detail on the leaves. In addition to the stamping, we have some really nice pattern underneath there. So I really, really like stamping on this designer series paper, especially this stuff here. I've really been having a good time with that. In case you guys missed it, and maybe about a month ago or so, I made this card using that purple marble paper and the Artfully Layered stamp set. So I stamped these fun leaves onto the purple paper, die cut them out, and then just put them in a row on the card, added some of that fun, supple, shimmer, gorgeous, pinkish. Oh my gosh, I just love this card. In fact, I really had a lot of good response from you guys that actually watched me make it, because I wasn't sure how it was going to go over. And I was very happy that you guys liked it, because I really liked it. The colors are just really bright and bold, and I just really liked them. And then I also stamped on the piece that I put on the envelope flap. So there you go. Hope you guys liked that. I did that. I did quite a bit. Okay, so let me put this paper away. So now we have our sunflower and our 3 papers. Oh, I've got a few people from Wyoming watching me. We've got Margine, and we've got Mary, and I think Joanne was on here also. So yeah, we have quite a few people from Wyoming, considering there's not, a ton of people here. Anyway, okay, so this piece I'm going to cut to, I think I'm going to cut it to 2 inches. That might be too wide, but we can always trim it back. So we're going to start with 2 inches. And then my layer of white is 5 1/4. So we're going to cut this at 5 1/4 also. Okay, so let me get these bits of paper out of the way here. And this is going to go, oh, whoops, I even made this smaller. I must have made that 5. So let's just cut this at 5. And I just heard my scoring blade fall onto the floor. So we'll be picking that up later. Okay. So that's what we're going to do with that. I think I'm actually going to have to make it a little smaller, but we'll see what I think. So then I want to add my sunflower on here at some point here. And I'm going to have it kind of hang off on the edge. And then I want to tuck these fun leaves underneath. Need to get the card and make sure it's in the view so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is kind of what I had in mind here. So we would do that. This I definitely think needs to be a little shorter. 2 inches is too tall. We're going to go 1 3/4. So we're going to cut that at 1 3/4. Okay. Tana, you are so welcome for the idea for this set. I really like this set, and I really love that paper. So they just go hand in hand. So don't be afraid to stamp on your patterned paper that doesn't already have a specific pattern. Like sometimes, if you have tulip paper and the tulips are on there, you might not want to stamp on that. But this paper doesn't have any specific pattern, so it just screams to be stamped on, I feel like. Okay, let's get this to the bottom of the layer here. I am happy you didn't miss it either, Alicia. Thank you for joining me. Oh, Dolly, you're so sweet. Dolly says for you guys to give me a thumbs up, so that would be awesome if you wouldn't mind. Besides, Dolly said to do it, so you better do it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, then I have some of this ribbon. This is the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. It's got this really fun Just Jade gingham print. Some just plain white. This is about 1/2 inch if I remember, and this is 3/8. And then it also has this really fun, got a mess in my bag here, this baker's twine. So it's the Misty Moonlight and white kind of wrapped in the silver strand, which is really cool. So you get these 3 fun ribbons in this pack. And I would imagine, you guys, just throwing this out there, that as you know, we retire in colors every year so that we can make room for our new in colors. So the 2020 to 2022 in colors are all leaving this year, you guys. And here they are. So if you are in need of some patterned paper or some ink refills or some extra cardstock, or you just haven't gotten the color Just Jade and you find that you love it, which you will because it's amazing, now is the time to get all these things. There are a number of these items that are on low inventory currently, and I don't know if that means that when they're gone, they're gone. They haven't told us that yet, so I'm not positive, but if you need any cardstock, if you need an ink refill, if you need a pad, if you want, this ribbon, if you want these little square gems, anything that has any of these colors in it should be retiring before when this catalog is done. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking at any embellishments or ribbons or whatever, and they have any of these colors in them, they're probably not going to be around for too much longer. Okay, that was my public service announcement. So I did the same thing for this knot that I did with my bow on the last card, basically. So I just take my bottle and I just tie myself a nice little knot. Oh no, Tisha said the Bumblebee Reinker is unorderable. Now, and I don't know, Tisha, if that means it's not going to be back. I do not know that. They have not said that. But I feel like you should be better to be safe than sorry. Okay, so that's all I did. I tied a knot around the bottle, did the exact same thing, figured out where I wanted my knot. I pulled my loop that direction, cut it, and this is what I have here now. So now I just need to figure out where am I going to put my sunflower on here. And I kind of feel like it's going to hang off just a bit on this side. And so that way I would want my knot to be just at the edge of my sunflower. So I think I'm going to put it right there. So I'm going to hold it with my finger while I get my tape, and I'm going to wrap. So I'm going to pull the ribbon so that it's like right in the middle of the designer series paper. I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to flip it to the back and then tape it down. And I just realized I have ink on my finger. Hold on, I have to get that off. And I also just realized that my hands are super dry. But I'm sure you guys don't come here to see nice nails and nice hands. That's not why you're here. You're here to learn how to stamp, and to mostly, because you know how I am, you mostly come here to learn how to fix mistakes. I know, you can say it, because Barb makes a lot of mistakes. But Barb also shares a lot of tips on how to fix those mistakes. So I know that's why you guys are here. Okay, that's just a joke. That's probably not why you're here. But I don't have nice nails, so I don't really care. It says Bumblebee Reinker will be in again on 3/14. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you, Tisha. Okay, so we're getting them back in, so that's good. What was I looking for? Dimensionals. Oh, they're right here. I'm going to add this with dimensionals. So we're going to go probably 3, I think, is a fair number. Let's do that. Pull those off really quickly. And then we're going to get this on here. Oh, I need to put this down. I can't very well put my flower on here without this. Ooh, what did Dolly say? Dolly said, oh, she was saying that. Okay, so thank you, Dolly. I thought he was thanking Tisha, but I was thanking Dolly. Okay. And then someone else said something about my mistakes. We don't make mistakes. We just creatively adjust our projects. Tony, that is absolutely true. Okay, so let's get this on to our card base here. So this was 3 3/4 by 5 was what this layer is. And I'm just trying to adjust it so I feel like it's in the middle and that it's even. I think that's even. Now I'm having a little struggle bus with this guy wanting to move out of the way. So I'm going to use a glue dot. I'm going to roll up a glue dot here. Where are you? That we can start rolling you right here. So I'm going to roll this glue dot into like a tube or fold it in half or whatever it'll do. And I'm going to put it underneath my knot so that my knot quits getting above my DSP line. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so I already took the dimensionals off. We're good there. Push the ribbon out of the way. And then we're going to figure out exactly where we want this. I think we're going to kind of try to center it for the most part. And then we're just going to add a little bit of glue to the base of this leaf. And I'm going to tuck that right under here. And if you want, you can kind of curl it up just a little bit. If you like that look of a little bit 3D-ish. All right, so we're going to add a little glue to the bottom of this guy here. And we're going to tuck that under. Try not to let it go past the base of the card. And then our last one here, we're going to lift that up, tuck that under. And I can pull this one out a little farther just because we're not at the edge of the card. There we go. Okay, and now I need a sentiment up here. So I found the Happy and Heartfelt stamp set in my arsenal of word sets. And I pulled out the phrase, "We have to celebrate this." And you know what? I should have done this before I put the whole darn thing together. So now we're going to see if Barb can master getting this sentiment. Well, I guess we're going to have to put it up high because of our thing. Well, we're going to try. Okay. Now I got to decide, do I want to do it in soft suede or do I want to do it in just jade? I think I'm going to go soft suede. Okay, let's just see here. Look like barbed wire. This here, Mary, I guess maybe kind of. It looks like barbed wire. That's not exactly how I describe it. To me, what it looks like is when I was a kid, back in the 70s, mind you, they used to sell like beaded stuff that you could hang in your doorway. So you would like part the beads and go into your bedroom. That's what that reminds me of. The parting of the beads. Okay, I need to see if this is straight first before I actually stick it on my card. I think it's pretty straight. All right, so here we go. Wish me luck. Oh, we did it. Okay, yay. Yay us. Yay me. Okay, and then I did have those little square pieces here. Now I need to trim off the ends of my ribbon. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. And then I have these little squares, and I thought, we have these squares, let's use them. Deb, you should absolutely do that with the dice, because it'll be a bundle, and then you'll be able to get 20% off of it. So, yeah, Tuesday. And if you don't have a demonstrator, or you're not a demonstrator, I would love your business. Okay, so I think I'm going to add some of these little square pieces to the bottom here of the card, like right along this line here, maybe. Trying to figure out exactly how. Oop, it's stuck on my finger. Stop that. Oh my, should we? Well, I don't know if I can get that off. We are going to try to get this on here in the right orientation. It's pretty close. It's not perfect, but you know what? Sometimes stuff just can't be perfect. You just have to move on. Okay. There we go. And then I didn't even think about an inside layer, but I have plenty of white cardstock. Let me just cut this real quick. Okay. And there is a really cute stamp in this set, this small little guy here that I think might look really cute. Oh, I need a block. That was quite the stretch for me, by the way. I wonder if I could marker this up. I'm going to try. We'll see how my markering skills will work for this. Oh, no, I think I want crushed curry and then I need the Just Jade. Okay, here we go, guys. We are going to start with the, this is crushed curry, and I think I'm going to try to do just the petals. Whoops, I got the inside layer, but we're going to cover that with some soft suede, so I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, so I am just pulling this from the inside out. And now as I'm getting closer to the leaves, I'm going to have to be a little bit careful. And I can already tell you this is not going to be perfect, but it is what it is. It'll add a little bit of fun to the inside of the card, which is always desirable. Okay. So I think we're good here. So make sure I get the tips of all these petals here. I remember back in the day when Stampin' Up, you know, first came out. I've been stamping for about 19 years now. I've been a demonstrator. And markering up a stamp was quite the skill to have because we didn't have, you know, blends. We had these markers, but I remember marker to stamp was a very, very popular method of inking your stamps. And I just, yeah, it's always been a fun thing. I think that is not the leaf. Well, we're going to see how well we do here shortly. I think it'll be all right. Even if we get it off just a tad, I think it's still going to be fine. Okay, so we're going to do that. I think that needs to be yellow. I think I missed part of the petal right there, and I missed this one. So as I'm looking around, I'm just trying to make sure I've got ink on most of it. Okay, here we go. So I just huffed on it. And I need my scrap paper because I'm going to kind of purposely stamp it off in the corner so it's not completely, you know, on the paper. Let's see how we did. You know, that's not half bad. I'm okay with that. And then we're just going to add it to the inside. Were you guys saying how you remembered? Did any of you remember that? Markering your stamps all the time? Yeah, it was quite the popular thing to do back in the day. Not that it's still not popular, people still do it, but it does take a little bit of time to do it. Okay, so there it is. There is our fun sunflower card on our delightful marvelous paper. And yeah, so you can get your marvelous paper now, and then next week you can get this bundle if you don't already have it at 20% off. So there you go. Okay, we're going to move that out of here. We're going to put all these things back where they came from, mostly. And then I will get the stuff for my last project, which is, of course, a fun fold. You guys know that I'm loving fun folds right now. I've been trying to share some fun folds with you guys pretty frequently, just because I know you like them, I like them, and I try to share ones that aren't super difficult, and if they are, I try to make them kind of easy. So this one is a very simple fun fold, and this uses a couple different papers. It uses the All Together Now, All Together Collection, All Together something, just All Together. The All Together 6x6. And here are all of the patterns that you get. You get 4 double-sided sheets of each pattern. So as you can see, I have these already doubled or whatever. But they're just, I love black and white paper. I can't get enough of it, honestly. I just loved it. And what I love doing with it is I love coloring it. So I'm also going to be using this pattern here. Can any of you, oh, I just showed you, but do you guys know where this comes from? This paper here? See if anybody can tell me really quickly. Fun folds are definitely the craze right now, Cynthia, and they are a lot of fun. There's my envelope. What was I going to do with that? I don't remember. No, I don't know if if I haven't said what am I trying to say? Like the time that I say something to the time you guys hear it could be like a few second delay. Anyway, I'll just show you. It's the friendly hello paper. So it's got this gorgeous fresh freesia kind of splattery look on the one side, and so we're going to use that. Oh, that's what it is. That's for my envelope. I was like, why do I have this piece of paper? You have it for the envelope, Barb. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Barb. And then I have, this is the little piece that I'm going to do my writing on. And then I've got a little piece for that also. Okay, so I have taken this designer series paper, and as you can see, I have done a lot of coloring on it already. So I'm going to finish the coloring. Very simple. I just took my Fresh Freesia dark marker and I just made circular motions on all these dots. So, I mean, it didn't really take that long. I'm not trying to be perfect. If I get a little bit of white space left over, that's totally fine. I'm not going to go back and fill it all in. I just feel like it just gives a little bit more. The dots are kind of random, so I feel like if they're not completely white, that just adds to the randomness. Okay, and so this fun fold card is called a Bendy card. And now I did not know what this was. I stumbled across it on accident the other day, and it was very cool, and it's very simple. So there we go. We've done the entire piece. It's all nice and Fresh Freesia'd now. So this is a quarter piece of cardstock, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This piece of Designer Series paper, this is the opposite side. This is 4 by 5 1/4. So we're just going to add these two together. Whoops. Get my sheet there so that I can get my adhesive going. Oh, what am I doing? I am struggling with this adhesive today. And I'm going to go across the middle also. Okay, so I'm just going to add this to the front here. There we go. So that part's done. Now, this is a piece of white that I have, and this measures 3 by 5 and 3 by 5. Yeah, 3 by 5. I had to think for a second. What is this? Okay. And then I'm going to be using the adorable little Catching Butterflies stamp set. This is also a Sale-a-bration stamp set that you can get for a $50 order. You can choose this if you want. Would it just work to do a line through? You know, it might, Sharon. You could probably try that, but I didn't really want to. Well, I was afraid if I did that the black would show color. It doesn't. I mean, it's all dried on there and everything now, and it doesn't show it all. So you could absolutely do that. I don't see why it would make any difference, honestly. Okay, so we're going to get our little our little butterfly catcher friend out here. Here she is. And I'm going to ink her up in Memento. So we'll just tap, 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 tap. And then I'm going to stamp her in the middle, as close to the middle as I can get of the card. So something, and I want her to be kind of like standing up, but I want my butterfly net to be on there too. So we will try that. That worked out pretty good. And then we have this little piece of ground, or what I'm calling a little piece of ground. Oh my gosh, I just found that card I thought I mailed to somebody. I thought for sure I mailed it to someone because I couldn't find it. I just found it. So we're going to stamp the ground just underneath her body here, so it looks like she's not like just floating in the air. Here's the card. At the beginning of the show, I wanted to share with you guys what I made last time. This was one of the cards that I made, and I thought I had sent it to somebody, but actually I have it in this bucket because I wanted to share with you some of the, the ways that I have used this black and white paper. So for this one, I just used a bunch of strips on it, and then this one, I colored this pattern, and then I used this pattern here and this one here just on the envelope. So there's a lot that you can do with these kinds of papers. I just love them. All right, so the stamp set also has a tiny little single butterfly, and I'm going to stamp that kind of up here so it gives the appearance that he's going to be caught in the net here pretty soon. And then we have our little collection of butterflies, and they're just going to maybe fly a little bit randomly around here on the card. Like that. Easy enough. All right, so I am going to color her in, but I thought what might be kind of fun would be to stamp her again on that paper, that splatter paper, and cut out the dress and do what is called paper piecing technique. Now, this one, I paper pieced it after I colored it with the blend. So I stamped it on this paper, and then I colored it with the blend, and then I cut it out. But I don't know if I like it as well as plain or not. So I'm going to cut this one out too, and then I'm going to see which one I like better actually on the card. So bear with me here. I will try to quickly cut this out. I probably should have already done that, but a person just can't do every single thing before they go live. There's just a few things you must do while you're live. Okay, so we're going to cut the dress off of her little body here. Cut the neckline out. cut down the sleeve. Oop, we're going to chop off her hand, sorry. And then we're going to just come in here and finish going around the arm here, and then coming up the side of the dress here. Ugh, there we go. Okay, so we have two dresses to choose from. We have the light colored, what I'm going to call the light colored dress. I'll let you guys look at that for a second. Or we have the dark colored dress. So I'm going to let you guys in the comments, do you want the light colored dress on her, or do you like the dark colored dress a little bit better? So go ahead and do some voting. I'm going to do a little bit of coloring. I have a light gray granite marker, and I'm just going to kind of throw some stripes along this, what do you call this? This net. All of a sudden I couldn't think of the word. That keeps happening to me more and more and more as I get a little older. Okay, so I'm going to do around the net here and just a little bit like that. Okay. It looks like most of you guys are saying dark. There are a few lights in there, but most of you had said dark. So majority rules. So we're going to go with the dark little skirt or little dress. And I'm going to finish coloring her. So I've got 3 colors of yellow here, you guys. I've got Daffodil Delight, light and dark, and I've got dark so saffron. And I'm going to color her hair. So I'm just going to kind of take each marker and do some of the strands of her hair so that she just has, like, you know, like a lot of times you have, you know, your hair's in the sun and you get some natural highlights and it just looks beautiful. So that's what we're going to do for her. We're going to give her some natural highlights using some of our different yellows. And then I'm going to finish this off with the So Saffron. And this is the dark So Saffron, if you're wondering. And so I'm just going to kind of fill in all the spots where I don't have any color yet. Oh, I just went out of the lines just a tiny bit around her little face. Shoot. Yeah, is what it is. Okay. And then I have one of the skin tone, one of the naturals. And this is one of the ones that you can't get, but they will be back. So when they're back, if you don't have them, then you can race to get them. This is number 900. It's a combo pack with number 1000, which is a little bit of a pinkier skin tone. This one's a little bit more of a yellowy, I guess, skin tone. The pink one to me was just a little bit too light. I really liked this one a lot better. So I am just going to try to color in her face here. Now I am not one that does a lot of shading. I am not the world's worst or world's best colorer. So, you know, I do what I can. I can color. I'm just not fantastic at it. So now I've got a balmy blue Stampin' Write marker, and I'm just going to use the brush end here, and I'm just going to add some blue to her eyes. And then we're going to bring in our little dress piece, and we're going to get some glue on it. Well, first I'm going to put the glue, I'm going to get the glue booger off there. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue here, make sure we get her arms. And now that might be too much. We'll see. I might have to tap some of it off because I don't want it to like squish out all over because, you know, the arms are pretty small. All right, so we're going to add her little dress here. Oh, she's so cute. And then I wanted to add a little bit of color to my butterflies. So I'm just going to kind of quickly throw some color on them. This is the, I think this is the dark Fresh Freesia. And again, I'm not trying to, you know, be the world's best colorer here. I'm just trying to give a little bit of color to these little guys because they're adorable and they just need to have some color. We haven't even gotten to the fun fold part yet, you guys. That is coming. Okay, just about done with this. Okay, so we have that done. We'll put that aside with the other pieces. Now I have a 1 inch by 6.5 inch piece of black. And then I have a 5 1/4 by 3/4 inch piece of fresh freesia. And this is where I'm going to do my sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment from this stamp set. And we're going to put that, try to put it right here. We'll see if we can get it nice and straight. No guarantees because, you know, pretty close. And then I'm going to, oh, it was already black. I was thinking I needed to clean that off. No, Barb, you don't need to clean that off. It's already black. Good grief. Okay. And then we're going to stamp some of these butterflies off to the end, just like that. Okay, so now we've got everything stamped, we've got it all colored, and now we can go ahead and put this thing together. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add this to the center of my black strip here. So I'm going to add my adhesive down the full length of this. Need to get it just a tiny bit to the end there. Okay. Actually, I'm going to hold off on that and I'm going to score this. So I'm going to do a little scoring on this piece. So I said it was 6 1/2 by 1. So I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch from each edge. Oh, I need my scoring blade. That was on the floor. So we're going to get the cutting blade out of the way. We're going to use our scoring. Flip that around. Do some scoring on that piece. Okay. This piece we're going to score at 1/2 inch on each edge also. So like that. Okay. And then this piece we're going to score down the middle. So 1/2 of 5 1/2 is 2 3/4. So we are going to do kind of multiple scoring on that. We want to make sure we get a nice good score line all the way. And then we're also going to score this in half. So we're also going to score it at 2 1/2 because it was 5 inches long. So we're going to do that also. So we have this piece that we are going to fold in half right here on our fold line. And I'm going to get my bone folder in here and burnish that down. So we have that. This, we're going to fold these little 1/2 inch lines to the back. Let's see. Oh, you guys are talking to each other. Excellent. I love that. Okay. And then we're going to fold that right in the middle here. So we have our 2 side flaps and then our little center flap there. And we're going to glue this to this piece here. Whoops, that needs to come out, I think. Yeah, I folded that the wrong way. That needs to fold out. So we're going to add some glue to our little side flaps here. Both of them. Whoops, come back here. Don't be trying to glue yourself down until I'm ready for you to glue down. Okay, so I'm going to push those both to the back. And I want everything to be pretty flat. And then I want the center point of my little girl to be the center point on the other card. So like where I folded that in half, I want the center points to be about the same. Okay, so we have that. And I'm going to flip that over, kind of press that into place. And while we're back here, we have another piece that we can do our writing on. And this measures 2 1/8 by 4 1/8. And we're going to add that. Well, first we're going to add a piece of the Designer Series paper to the bottom. I wasn't sure where I was going to put this, so that's why it's so long. This is just a 1/2 inch. It was actually just a little scrap that I found in my box. So that made that an easy choice. Okay. And I'm going to put that right here on this side. You could put 2 if you want. I just didn't want, sometimes you don't have that much to say to someone. And I've said that before, you know, so a little space like that, you could write a short little fun note and that would be good. Okay, so we do have our score lines on this. We're going to fold those to the back so they have like this. And now I can add my, oh no, I set it down and did I stick it to something? Because I had adhesive on it. I remember. Oh goodness, is it on that? No, where did it go? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? That little strip of fresh freesia that I just stamped my sentiment on is now missing. How does that happen? Does anyone know what I did with it? Can you guys see it? It's on my trimmer. Where's my trimmer? No, it's not. Oh, thank you, Sonia. It's stuck on the bottom of my Jeez, I tell ya. Okay, Sonia's a lifesaver. Thank you, guys. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the center of this black strip here. Oh, that just makes me laugh. Thank you guys for giving me that good chuckle. Okay, so now I'm going to put glue on these little flaps. Like so. And then we're going to add these to the sides of the card. So I'm just going to add this. I got to get a little closer so that my bifocals can engage. And we'll fold that and stick that down. Make sure it's kind of flush with the bottom. And check it out. Check it out. It's a bendy card. And then it lays flat for mailing. It just will go flat. But when they open it up, it just automatically pops into this fun bendy kind of shape. So isn't that adorable? I thought it was quite adorable. And then we can have a matching envelope. And then I have another card to share with you guys using the same technique that I made today too. Because you know I'm obsessed with that kite set. I swear that one has been one of my most favorite classes to go that I have created. It's just been so much fun. I just love the kites. They're so cute. And so I have another card to share with you using the kite set. So let me trim the excess of this off so we can see it go into the envelope, because I know I'm making a pretty bold claim here that it'll go in there, but it will. You just have to be able to get all this off. Get off. Okay. So you can see it does. It goes right in. How cute is that? And then it just pops up and you can just sit there and look at it and it's adorable. Yeah, I just thought that was super cute. Okay. Then I have this other one here that I did with the kites, and then I used that Color and Contours border die to make that front piece. And look at that. Oh, you can't see it like that. Isn't that cute? I just love it. And how simple was that, honestly? I mean, that was like a super simple fun fold card. So I hope you guys liked that. I loved it. I had so much fun making these today, and I'm just giddy with excitement. Okay, so we have those two cards, and then we need to push some things out of the way to make some room. And then we have our amazing sunflower card. So cute. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Oh, you guys are funny. Yesterday I lost a tiny stamp. Oh, stuck to the other side of my sweater. Oh gosh, Cynthia, I have done that so many times. Lost something and then found it in the dumbest place. Yes, I love that. And then we made this gorgeous Island Vibes card out of a gorgeous grape. I had a little bit of a purple theme going on today, and then I did share with you guys a couple other cards using those same colors. So if you guys wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel right down here in the corner if you haven't done so already, and then make sure you click that notification bell and say all notifications, because that will alert you when I do go live, which is every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, or when I upload just a regular video, that you guys will be notified of that. Gosh, what else? Thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much. If you'd give me a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate that. I love all your comments in the comment section. That is really awesome. Oh my gosh, Wendy's so sweet. She said, this is a perfect example of why you should join my team. You're so right, Wendy. I am kind of creative. I'm not going to take all the credit. Sometimes, you know, I see something that inspires me and then I just kind of go with it. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I can't imagine my life without this, honestly, you guys, and my team members and all the friends that I've made along with the journey. It's just been way too much fun. So anyways, if you would like to order any supplies, the link is in my description. Don't forget my 25% off class kits is going on until they're gone. You can find that information on my blog. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I try to come back and answer and respond to all the comments. I find that super important because you guys have questions and I should answer them. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I love to see that. And I guess that's it until next week, you guys. So have a fantastic week, and I will see you in March. Bye.